So here we have the banggood solder. It's a freshly cleaned tip. As you can see, it doesn't solder so well. I'm actually pressing on it hard enough to bend the solder, as you can see, and it won't melt. Now I'm going to switch over to my solder, and as soon as I touch it, boom, it's going to melt. Look how fast that melts. It melts like butter. And I just knock it off there. And we're going back to the banggood solder. And it actually helps to have a little bit of my better solder on there to make it flow just a tiny bit, but as you can see, I'm still bending the solder and it's still not sticking or melting. Back to my solder, and as you can see, as soon as I touch it, boom, liquid, like it should be. I accidentally dropped some solder on that board, but the board is just a junk board that I'm using for this demonstration. See how it nicely flows. That's my solder. Pull it off. Doesn't leave anything crusty edges or anything. I have my soldering iron cranked to its highest setting here. You can see I'm pushing into it hard enough to bend the solder. See, it just has no elasticity to it. It just, as soon as I pull it off. And then the solder joint on the other side is cold. And it instantly melts with my solder on it. I see it even pull back into a blob when I pull away. There's, just because I've been pulling some of the heat away with the solder pads on there, it's taking forever to melt again. Oh, that's my solder. So that's my solder, instantly melts. And I'm not wasting any more of my solder. Don't buy banggood solder.